Yo, I'm gonna be going over the best budget cards you could use in Anime Card Battle. Some of you might struggle with building like an actually good deck for Infinite or for Heaven's Arena, and some of you might actually have a lot of good cards that you might not be using and might be sleeping on, and I'm gonna be telling you guys some of those today. To start off, I'm gonna go cheapest to most expensive, but by far the cheapest best card you could use is Nobara. Now, you're gonna see a trend with a lot of these cards, and it's that a lot of these cards deal double damage with no condition. So for example, what I mean by that is if you look at Nobara's passive, she deals more than double damage and she has no condition, right? It's just every turn she'll attack twice and the second hit will deal 15% more damage. And if you look at a card like Goku, for example, he also does double damage, does less damage, but he has a condition. You see that he loses no matter what 20% flat HP every single time he attacks. So that's really the difference between a lot of these cards, is that a lot of these good budget cards have double damage or have really good passives with little to no condition or downside. And Nobara is one of those cards. Obviously, 550, she's not doing that much damage. She's only doing like 70. So you're going to want her at least gold or rainbow. Gold is what, 550k? So you're able to do a lot more with her gold. Wait, no, I think her gold is 55k. Yeah, it is. Anyways, her rainbow card is very, very good if you end up getting her. I ended up using this for a very long time. She does around 1.2k damage. And again, she has no condition, so you could just run this anywhere. It doesn't matter. Next card is Sword Saintess. Now, she doesn't do that much damage, so again, you might need her in a higher rarity, like gold or rainbow. But her passive is definitely like one of the best passives in the game. Again, no condition. You just heal a flat 20% at the start of your turn. Really, really good. Now, onto one of the meta cards. Bam is by far one of the best cards in the game. Again, like Nobara, he has like literally no condition to proccing his bomb. His bomb is actually, it works kind of weird. Like it'll proc his hit, his base hit, so 116 damage, and then it's gonna hit his bomb right after. So you don't actually have to wait a turn. So he just does 3x damage every single turn. Like imagine Megumi damage, except Bam is proccing it every single turn. So he's really, really, really good. Probably the best card I'm gonna mention in terms of him being on a budget and in terms of meta. If you get him gold, which is 2.5 mil, that is very good. He's doing around 1.4k, 1.3 or 1.392, 1,392, I think. I don't know, my math might be wrong, but he's doing really good damage. And if you get him rainbow, like you're set for a very long time. That's like 4k damage every turn. It's really good. Next card is Lelouch. A lot of you probably run Lelouch. He's just really good. Again, no condition for him. He just gives a flat buff of 20%. If you end up finding yourself not having, 4 carries to use that are all really good, you could just run 3 and a Lelouch and you'll be very strong. Next is Silver Enigma. Silver Enigma is actually almost identical to Bam, except he only does 3x damage on entry, like for his first attack. But because he's a higher rarity, because he's 100k than Bam, he's 4x. He does have more base damage, so you're doing more damage on that initial hit. So you're almost guaranteed killing with Silver Enigma. If you end up getting him gold, he's very good, doing around 2,112 damage. So yeah, another good budget card. You could just use him at 100k too. He's still very good if you use him second, third, or fourth. Just make sure you don't use him first because his passive won't actually work. Next is Rukia. Now I'm gonna just mention any card that is like decently high rarity that you get during an event, or like any boss card, I would definitely recommend using. For example, Nobara, 100k, he's really good, and that's because of the stats differential. His HP, Nobara's HP, is that of a card that is 10 times the rarity. So for example, he's 100k, but he has 704 HP, meaning he's gonna have the same HP as a 1 million card, right? So if you have any good boss cards or any good event drops, definitely use them. They're very, very good, and one of them is Rukia. Rukia pretty much confirms a kill no matter what on the next card that goes in. So for example, if you have a Rukia and then let's say you have like any card that does decent damage, or like any card that procs good damage, like for example Nobara, like I mentioned, it is a guaranteed kill no matter what because you're getting 3 turns of Nobara hits. And yeah, I don't think anything is surviving depending on what wave you're on. Next card is Choso. Choso is just a card. Like he doesn't have a crazy damage buff or anything or crazy stats. He's 500k. But his passive is just really, really good. You pair him with Tsunade and he's healing 40% per turn, which is very, very good. He's really, really good sustain. Next card is Enkidu, and Enkidu is another one of those cards that does double damage with literally no condition other than it does it once every other turn. And lastly, I also forgot to mention Megumin. Megumin is really good. He has over double damage with no condition. It does it every turn. Although his base card is the same as Choso, so his base HP and damage isn't going to be that crazy if you compare him to like someone like Enkidu. But his passive is really good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As I said, like a very common trend you're going to notice is that cards with no condition, with no negative condition to proc double damage or triple damage are going to be really good. Like for example, if you look at a card like Megumin, she does triple damage, but her downside or condition to proc the 3x damage is very bad because she just tanks another hit, right? So this is not a card you want to use purely because of the downside and condition that she has to actually do her damage. That's pretty much it though. Let me know if I forgot any like crazy cards that are relatively cheap that are good. But yeah, peace.